This particular video is on Sawmill Creek bait and lures. It's going to be on their beaver lures. This one's the bucktooth, and this one's the backwater. I'll explain which is which here in a minute, what they are. But first of all, I want to wish Linda White a happy 40th birthday. This past Friday, which is, when I'm filming this would be yesterday, but it's coming out Monday, was her 40th birthday. I didn't want to be like everybody else, just, oh, happy birthday on social media. I wanted to make this a little bit more special and make a video about it. Just saying happy birthday. So I wanted to add that in here. Happy 40th birthday, Linda White. Hope you have a good one, and cheers to the future and what the future holds. All right, guys. So this is going to be a little bit about the Sawmill Creek bucktooth, which is a beaver food lure. One of my favorites. This food lure has me... Before buying this food lure, I didn't reach for a lot of beaver food lures. I just didn't use them much. I used a lot of castor lures. But once I picked this up and I sniffed it when I first got it last year, I was like, damn, that smells good. Like, it smells really good. It has really good, not super sweet, not underpowered with sweetness. It's just the right sweetness to have the perfect smell. It has a very good smell to it. Like, I kind of want to put it like on a pretzel or something and eat it because it just smells good, you know. It's something that I would like. Usually people say if you can handle a smell, the animal's going to like it. Or, you know, if you can't handle the smell, sometimes certain animals won't like it. It's a very pleasant smell. So that since I like the smell, I have a lot of confidence that the beavers are going to like the smell. It's a very good lure. This particular food lure, this bucktooth, it has a very black consistency, right? You see it's very sticky there. When I put it on the stick, take a little stick and put it on there, and put it behind the bank. I put it out a couple days last year. I use it throughout the season, but put it out one day. There's a specific day. It rained a lot. And I come back and the lure, the stick, you know, you see the basic bark of the brown stick, but the lure is still black. You see it's a black lure. The black was still on the stick. Went down and sniffed it, and it was still on there. So I didn't have to rebait. Come back a couple days later, right? 2 days later, because I have 24-hour or 48-hour check here. Come back and check it again. It's still on there. This lure right here, the bucktooth beaver food lure by Sawmill Creek Bait and Lure, stays on your sticks better than just about any beaver lure I've ever used. And I do a lot of water trapping, a lot of beaver trapping. And I have probably 30 different lures back there in the boat. This one has a best longevity. It's the Sawmill Creek Lure Beaver Food Lure right there. It's called Bucktooth. So if you're going to pick the castor lure up, which I'm going to show you in a minute, definitely pick up the food lure. I mean, trust me. I'm reaching for the food lure more than anything. Even though I'm normally castor smell. I'm just put the castor stuff out because I had 100% confidence castor. Right? I hardly ever picked any food lures up. Just never had a need for it. Never felt like, for the ones that I did have, didn't seem like I liked it. This one changed the entire ball game for me, this particular food lure, this bucktooth. The castor lure. Very good smell. Very good consistency right there. You see it there. Also kind of has a darker base to it. This is about a year old. It's not, you know, some lures will dry out. This one still has plenty of liquid in there. It's a thicker liquid, so if I mix it up, it's going to be fine. The castor one is another one. I took some of this, put it in the stick, right? It's a windy day, and the conveyor's in the creek. I put this in the stick to bring some up from down below. The way this spot is set up, it's about 1,000 yards of swamp, 1,000 feet of swamp, and down below there's like a little shallow lake, and then below that's a creek that feeds all of it. I was hoping that smell would blow down far enough that it would bring them up towards the conveyor, get caught in the first conveyor, and move their way up. It would call them up, like a long-distance call lure. That's why I put it high in the tree. So the next day after doing that, I come back. I smell something like, man, that smells like castor. Wonder if we have a fresh beaver. Then I get a little closer, smell it again, you know, start sniffing. And then I realize it's the backwater I smell. It has such a good smell to it, and it's very aromatic, or has good aroma to it, and that I was probably 50 yards, 60 yards from from the lure and I could smell it. Because the wind was blowing, I could smell it. And what that told me is that exact tactic of putting it in the tree to draw them up works. And lo and behold, we had a beaver in the first trap, and we had a couple beavers upstream. There's a few sticks by where the cast was in the tree. And so that's a tactic you can use with this stuff. It's good. It's one of my favorites. Definitely one of my favorites on the market are the Sawmill Creek bait and lures. I got 2 here. Got to pick up some of their raccoon lure, because if it has a similar base to this, oh man, that's gonna be killer. Because for the simple reason that you can put it in buckets, you can put it wherever, and it's not gonna wash away. And yeah, the base of this, whatever they do with this base, is gold. Like Michael White makes this. I know Michael White and Linda White are married. But Michael White is a genius when it comes up to this base. This particular base here. And I'm not just saying it. I've tried other lures. I've tried plenty of other lures. Plenty of other beaver lures. I put them out there. I'll come back, they'd wash away. I'll start smelling. Smell the sticks. The scent would be washed away. All kinds of things. Like the rain would wash it away. Out here in the Pacific Northwest, we get a lot of rain. It's literally raining right now. And we get a lot of rain. Rest of this year, we're probably not going to get a lot of sunshine. Maybe a couple days of sunshine. The rest is going to be rain. That's where these lures shine, I think, is in the rain. A lot of people use linens because it's like a Vaseline or a paste type thing that doesn't wash away. But I don't think you're going to have use linens if you're using this stuff, because the consistency of this stays on the stick. The smell stays on the stick. The oil or whatever's mixed in here stays on the stick. And it's not just a thin film. It stays on there nice and thick. Like, you went up the stick and had a nice thick layer on there. And it wasn't washed away. So, you know this stuff withstands rain. It catches animals. If you go look on their Facebook page and Instagram, it catches animals. I also want to say that a special thank you to Michael and Linda for how I found out about them was I followed them. I just looked at different lure companies. Started following them. They started supporting my Instagram. They started liking a lot of my posts last year. I don't think I went by without 1 or 2 posts without them liking it. Pretty much every post I posted last year, Beaver, they liked it. Very supportive people. They supported me, so I turned around and bought their lures. I was like, you know what? I want to support women in the industry. I want to support Linda. I know that Linda was involved, so I picked up some of their lure. I know that Michael was doing it, so I picked up some of the lure. Furthermore, I just want to see more women in the outdoors, so I want to support some of the women out there. Buying Sawmill Bait and Creek is one way to do it. I know Linda White has a trapping girl, or trapping girl is her page, or social media stuff. She has some podcasts coming out. She has all kinds of things coming out. But that's her thing. But they both work at this business, so I wanted to support both of them. I'll just tell you one more time. Buy them both, but if you really don't have the money, if you're like, if you're down on, no, how do I word this? If you're tight on, if your budget is tight, there we go. If your budget is tight, pick up the food lure. Even if you're not a food lure person, even if you're not a fan of the food lure, pick up the food lure. You're gonna like the smell of it. It has a very sweet, pleasant smell that I can smell right now. It's very pleasant. I like it a lot. Definitely a good smell. And if you have enough money, pick up the backwater too. So the food lure is the bucktooth, and the cast lure is the backwater. There they are. Pick them both up if you're on the market for beaver lure. If you want to try something different that will not wash away. This lure does not wash away in the rain. In fact, it stays on the stick in a thick paste. It's not like a Vaseline type lure. It's just a mixture of stuff. I don't exactly know what it is, but it's not like linens. It's different. It's not built around being necessarily 100% waterproof like linens is. But difference between this and linens, I have tons of linens. Don't confuse me saying anything bad about linens. I have tons of linens. Another fantastic lure. You can go look back at my linens lure. It's the perfect waterproof lure, right? It is considered the perfect waterproof lure, in my opinion. This stuff would do just as good. Look at that. It's on my finger. Didn't close the lid enough. Definitely a top of the line lure. Oh, smells good. This is the capsule lure. Top of the line lure. Not comparing it to anybody else. Not trash talking anybody else. Just trying to make some points here. Some things that, you know, maybe if you have, reason I bring up linens is maybe if you have a linens lure, then you can kind of compare, have another option as this. Or you have another company, you could compare it to this. Not trashing any companies, not trying to, you know, cause any problems. It's just solely so maybe you can relate to what I'm talking about in a different way. So if you come from linens, you can understand it. If you come from a different lure, you can understand it. So that's why I bring up different talking points. So maybe you can understand it from a different perspective. So yeah, check out the backwater, which is a caster lure, and then the bucktooth, which is a food lure. Look at that. Very good consistency. Check them out. What is it? www.sawmillcreekbaitandlure.com. I'll drop the link below if YouTube will allow it. Definitely check them out. Top of the line lure. Have a great day. Oh, and once again, happy birthday, Linda.